No, well, he said the event.
Near the surface show organic compounds.
He'll be back tomorrow at 5.
And the most sophisticated for confirming or ruling out the existence of water. Wednesday, August 5th. The scientists meet to discuss their findings among themselves before they reveal them to the press. Dr. Pimentel is in Berkeley, California, but joins the meeting through a two-way speakerphone in the ceiling.
I'm curious, was that a hint that you think you're seeing something organic?
Oh, yeah.
You
say you're curious or furious?
Curious.
Yeah, well, sure, that's our optimistic hope now.
The press conference, George Pimentel is the last to speak.
We were up, Dr. Herr and I, almost all night last night with our computer trying to analyze our data, and I'm sure the other experimenters were too, and we've had no opportunity to try to interlock the results. And I'm telling you the results as our instrument indicates. Later proved to retract something or not. That's the nature of science. I'm telling you what our data indicate. We are confident that we have detected gaseous methane and gaseous ammonia on Mars. We are confident that we have detected solid carbon dioxide that is not on the surface. That is, it's suspended as a cloud above the polar cap. Our data are consistent with and suggest that the polar cap is composed of water ice and probably not solid CO2. Certainly not solid CO2 near the polar cap edge. In the region near the edge of the polar cap, polar ice provides a reservoir of water. The solid carbon dioxide cloud provides protection from ultraviolet radiation. The geographic localization of the absorptions suggests that their origin is in this hospitable region, a region certainly deserving further.
That's the fleet of Firebirds we had. Les and I got the first one.
Who shot this movie?
Don Renton.
Are you on? This is where you were.
Space Oddity. We don't have a swelling soundtrack. Yeah, you could add a soundtrack.
Yeah, it needs.
Can you whistle Stars in the Sky? This is Cocoa Beach, right?
Yeah, even there's some stickers up there. People don't know that there was a plastic cover on the front.
It looked like your gums.
You remember to take it off? The noise was unbelievable.
So you were there actually that night.
It was not like a night launch. Now what you see after a while, you see that engine stop burning, and then the second stage takes off. Was Centaur solid, Pablo?
Boy, that was a real experience, apparently. Can you imagine using a liquid Russian underwater?
Watch this part here.
This is you all traveling along after the rocket, after it's gone up.
Yeah, this is odds and ends.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? In Florida? Is this in Florida? Is this a spliced in? Spliced in.
Took a long time to find the boomerang in between the shots.
Good movie, Don.
Yeah.
Oh, great. After that.
I didn't know I was going to see the light of day again after going.
So Ken, can we have a few words from you on this whole?
Well, you got to admit
project?
that was a fun project. And maybe the most fun was the fact that we really stuck it to JPL. They've never quite forgotten us. Trust me, I work with them today and they still remember us. The other interesting thing is that I don't think anybody looked at the video data that was recorded from the spacecraft after about a couple of years, right? And our data is still being analyzed, believe it or not. Gary's one of the users, and there's quite a few other users. It turned out to be an excellent data set. It stands out amongst the data sets from most of the scientific instruments, I think, that NASA has put in on interplanetary probes. We're going through a process now of recalibrating the data, and it'll be a combined with all the laboratory information that was collected. We did a good job of that too, by the way, in terms of backup information, so scientists can now take these data sets and even further interpret them. And so maybe 50 years from now, people will still be looking at this data. We can get together again. I'm sure Les is going to be in his gas-powered walker about that time. You didn't remember you were at the party, Les. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to get there first, probably.
I want to be carrying 40.
Yeah. The other thing, of course, about this whole experiment was that it was really a sort of a conflict in approach between how JPL did business and how we thought business ought to be done. We thought we had a good idea, and we did have a good idea, and it was really cutting-edge technology, or even beyond that. And you guys were given the task of doing the impossible, and you did it, and you did it well. And so I'm real proud of everybody, obviously. I think that there's a chance we may actually have an opportunity to get involved in another mission in the year 2003. But back to the conflict between JPL and us. They're pretty staid in terms of how they do things. We were pretty outrageous but highly motivated, and I think that's one of the things that made us successful. It turns out that Laurel has sort of done a history paper on the whole project, and this is really the theme that runs through it, is the history of this conflict. And I think we start out, the paper starts out with a statement that this is a story about conflict and what was it? How does it go? Do you remember the first sentence?
It's a story.
Yeah.
Isn't it the Brady Bunch?
Yeah. But anyway, she's done a remarkable job, and if you haven't read it, you really ought to read it, because it sort of puts. I'm not going to read it to you. Oh, come on.
We don't read anymore.
But I think it puts everything in perspective, and because
the bots blown up?
Yeah, that's right. Well, that would have been a different story, but they didn't blow up, and we made sure that they wouldn't blow up. At least that's what Les was supposed to do, and he did a good job.
He probably wouldn't be here tonight.
That's right. Well, I think the movie sort of really presents the moment pretty well. I mean, it was pretty tense.
That's right, but the one thing that's left out of the movie is the fact that they held off until the last minute on firing the switch.
Yeah.
They wanted to not do it. And then we finally convinced them what the harm could have been.
Yeah. Yeah, we were almost kicked off the spacecraft at least once, I think, for not delivering our prototype on time. But we stuck through, and it really worked well.